welcome back to Dukascopy TV. Now, last year I was joined in the studio by Richard Watts to discuss the secret to Geneva's shipping success. Today he's joined me back in the studio to discuss the changes the shipping industry is facing. Richard, thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Now, the trading in Geneva, it's a bit of a hot topic at the moment. Could you tell us a little bit about the links between trading and Geneva and its current position, please?
Well, we're seeing a lot of changes in trading and shipping, and it's important to note that they are both intrinsically linked, because the demand for shipping only comes about by the demand for the goods that are being traded themselves. Now, trading has become a very divisive topic over the last couple of years, and it's important to understand what we're talking about. When we're talking about trading, we're talking about the physical trading of commodities that are actually being transported to a destination market because there is a demand for them. And it's also important to realise that nearly everything that we can imagine, everything that we consume, has been traded at some point or another. Many things have been traded multiple times. Take a cotton shirt, for example. The cotton would have been farmed in the origin, it would have been transported to the port, it would have been purchased at the port by a trading company, transported to destination. It would have then been worked into a finished product, it then would have been transported to the destination market. And so nearly everything we can imagine has been traded at least once, many times, multiple times has been traded. And we find ourselves in that situation with most things we consume. Cars, petrol, the wood that we have for furniture, the cement we have for construction, and the food that we eat on a daily basis. And it's important to separate that from financial trading, which is not linked to the actual physical commodities and not driven necessarily by an actual demand in the destination. And so, as I said, it's important to realise that everything that we consume on a daily basis has been traded at some point.
OK, but what changes are we seeing presently, Richard, please?
Well, we're seeing a number of changes in the trading environment. Basically, over the last 10 years, trading companies in Geneva have expanded very, very rapidly, and so they've been taking on an awful lot of people to fulfil the workload that they've been coming under. And now we see a lot more companies sitting back, taking a look at their activities and trying to increase efficiency, reduce waste and avoid avoidable losses. And so that obviously brings a need for training, and there are two main types of training. There are some jobs which require specific training in order to do that job, and also there's a push at the moment for an overall training within trading companies for the human resources, for the accounting, for the finance, for all departments, in order for everyone to understand what the trading company does, why it does it, how the company makes its money, and to ensure that everybody is pulling in the same direction.
All sounds very interesting, but what training opportunities are there at present, Richard? Could you tell us a little bit about those, please?
There are a number of opportunities at the moment in Geneva. First of all, we have the University of Geneva, which in collaboration with the Geneva Trading and Shipping Association have put together two programs. First of all, you have the Master's program, which is a 2-year program, which is designed for people coming into the industry, and you need to be sponsored by a trading company. Secondly, you have the Diploma course, which is a 1-year course, which is an overall view of the whole industry and is very good for people who are already in the industry and want to improve their knowledge. The Geneva Trading and Shipping Association, GTSA, has also put together the Operator Certificate, which is a 6-month course which is designed at operators or people wanting to get into a job within a trading company, and this also provides a very good overview of the whole of the industry. They are also providing bespoke training courses which can be for a specific subject to a specific client for the duration that is required, and there are usually industry speakers who are used for that. We also have the Global Training Group, which provides high-level specific training for a range of subjects. We also have talent and placement companies like Ampersand World, which provide evening classes for their candidates to improve their chances of getting a job, and also provide courses for clients to improve the knowledge of the people working in them. And we have a number of individual people providing training in Geneva, which overall provide a lot of different opportunities, and all of these are quite recent developments.
So it's fantastic that there's so many new options available, but what impact are we hoping to see from them?
Well, the overall impact will be an increase in professionalism within the industry. It's very interesting to look at it because now we see a lot of people coming into the industry with specific degrees in the industry they're doing, in trading itself. Whereas when I started in the industry 10, 13 years ago, it was very unusual to find somebody who had actually had a degree course in trading. It was much more on-the-job training, it was specific training given for a specific subject, And this is something that is allowing the industry to grow and, as I said, to become more professional.
What challenges would you say the industry is facing at the moment, though?
I'd say there are a number of challenges, but probably the largest challenge that the industry is facing at the moment is well-intended but ill-conceived legislation being brought in due to a lack of knowledge. Trading is being seen as a very negative part of society at the moment, which is usually not for the right reasons. And what needs to be done is there needs to be more communication, there needs to be better understanding by these parties so that they understand what trading is and how it impacts every single aspect of our life, and everything we consume has been traded at some point or another. So if we turn around and say we have to stop trading, it's completely nonsensical. It's like saying we have to stop eating. And so the GTSA at the moment is making a lot of progress, talking to government, talking to journalists who are passing on the message to consumers and explaining that trading is a part of life. It's something that we're not going to get rid of, and so the idea is to push towards something that is more sustainable in the long term.
Richard, thank you very much for your insights. It's great to hear about the industry evolving. Now, that does take us on to the Dukascopy question, which I would like to ask you before you go. The Dukascopy question is where we ask our guests if they had $1 million to invest for 1 year, which instrument would you choose to place them in? If we look behind us, we have options: real estate, equity, bonds, gold, cash or oil. So $1 million for 1 year, where would you place them, Richard?
I would have to go for cash.
Cash, okay.
Because I would end up investing it in my own activities, in my own self. Instead of relying on other people to try and make money for me, I would try and make that money myself by working in shipping and developing the business.
Okay, putting it back into the industry, exactly. Sounds very interesting. Thank you very much, Richard, for your time today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that's all from Richard and myself for the moment. Click back to Dukascopy for more interesting interviews and press reviews. Bye for now.